Hello, I'm Martin Park. For those that don't know me, I'm a naturopath and a master coach and trainer who has been working professionally in health, fitness, wellness and personal development for over 46 years. If you are someone who is interested in learning how to maximize your overall health, well-being and performance, then welcome. Today, we're diving into something I've witnessed consistently throughout my career, a pattern that repeats across generations, cultures, and health conditions. It's something I call the treatment trap, and it's one of the most fundamental reasons why so many people remain sick and unwell despite living in an age with unprecedented medical advancements and health information. I'm talking about the critical difference between simply treating a condition and attempting to fix its root cause. And this distinction isn't just semantic. It's the difference between temporary relief and genuine healing, between managing decline and achieving vibrant health, between living with your condition and living free from it altogether. Let's begin by examining what I call the treatment mindset. The treatment mindset is seductive because it offers immediate relief. Your blood pressure is high, take a medication to lower it. Back pain flaring up, schedule another adjustment or massage, or take some anti-inflammatories. Feeling anxious? Here's a prescription to calm your nerves. And let me be absolutely clear, there's nothing inherently wrong with seeking relief as pain hurts, symptoms disrupt our lives, and high blood pressure can be dangerous if left untreated. Modern medicine has given us remarkable tools to manage these conditions, and I'm not suggesting we throw them away. But here's the problem. Treatment without addressing the root cause is like continually mopping up water from a leaking roof without ever patching the hole. You will be mopping forever. Let me give you an example. A person comes to me with high blood pressure. They've been on medication for years, sometimes decades. The medication keeps their numbers in a safer range, but they still don't feel well. They're often tired, experience numerous side effects, and live with a constant anxiety about their health. When I ask them if anyone has ever thoroughly investigated the contributing factors to their hypertension, the answer is almost always no. The conversation typically went something like, your blood pressure is high, here's a prescription, take it for the rest of your life. But high blood pressure, particularly primary hypertension, doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It typically develops due to a complex interplay of factors including genetics, dietary choices, physical inactivity, chronic stress, sleep quality, and other lifestyle elements. Medication may manage the numbers, but it won't address the underlying contributing factors that could be modified to improve overall cardiovascular health. Which brings us to what I consider the more enlightened approach, identifying and addressing root causes. Root cause resolution asks different questions. It doesn't just ask, what do you have, but why do you have it? It doesn't just ask, how can we suppress the symptom, but what factors are contributing to this condition and which ones can we modify? This approach requires detective work, patience, and a willingness to make sometimes significant changes to your lifestyle. It's not always the easy path, but it's the only path that leads to true healing. Let's continue with our blood pressure example. A root cause approach might reveal that a person's hypertension is significantly influenced by chronic stress, poor sleep quality, an unhealthy body weight, and dietary choices. Addressing these fundamental issues through stress management techniques, sleep hygiene, dietary changes, and targeted supplements might take longer to show results than a pill, but the results tend to be more comprehensive and lasting. And here's the bonus. When you address these underlying factors, you often find that multiple aspects of health improve simultaneously. That's because many health conditions share common contributing factors. Improve your stress management, sleep quality, and dietary choices, and you might find your energy improves, your mood stabilizes, your weight normalizes, and your digestion functions better, all because you've addressed fundamental factors that affect multiple symptoms in your body. So if addressing root causes is so clearly superior, why do most people remain trapped in the treatment loop? Well, there are several powerful forces at work here. First, our medical system is still primarily oriented around disease management rather than health creation. It excels at acute care and crisis intervention, but it's not structured to support the kind of investigative, personalized, lifestyle-focused approach that root cause resolution requires. The average doctor's visit lasts less than 15 minutes, barely enough time to write a prescription, let alone explore the complex factors contributing to chronic illness. Second, there's the profit motive. Let's be honest, there's more money in selling someone a lifetime supply of medication than in teaching them how to eliminate their need for it. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't generate trillions in revenue from cures. It profits from ongoing management of conditions. Third, addressing root causes often requires significant lifestyle changes, and change is hard. Really hard. It's much easier to take a pill than to transform your diet, manage your stress, prioritize sleep, exercise regularly, and address emotional patterns that might be contributing to your illness. And because of that, there's a certain comfort in the treatment approach. It allows us to outsource our healing to external agents, pills, procedures, practitioners, rather than taking responsibility for the daily choices that shape our health. And fourth, we live in a culture of immediate gratification. We want solutions now. Root cause approaches typically take more time to show results, and in our fast-paced world, that patience is now largely non-existent. So how do we break free from the treatment trap and move toward a more enlightened approach to health? First, it begins with awareness. Recognizing that many health conditions have modifiable factors that, when addressed, can reduce the need for constant symptom management. The body has an incredible capacity to heal when given the right conditions. Supporting that natural process is the first step toward true, lasting health. Next, it involves finding practitioners who dig deeper, those who look beyond symptoms to uncover what's driving them. Healthcare providers who take the time to investigate contributing factors rather than merely prescribing based on symptom presentation. These professionals can be found in both conventional and alternative medicine, and while they are not always easy to come by, it's well worth your effort to find them. It also means taking greater responsibility for your own health. Educating yourself, asking deeper questions, and being willing to make lifestyle changes that address fundamental imbalances. And perhaps most importantly, it requires patience and persistence. Root causes aren't always obvious, and healing often isn't linear. There may be setbacks and discoveries along the way that require adjusting your approach. When we step back and look at the treatment versus fixing dichotomy from a broader perspective, we can see that it reflects a philosophical difference in how we view health and the body. The treatment approach often views the body as a machine with parts that break down and need fixing or replacing. It sees symptoms and conditions as problems to be eliminated rather than signals that something needs to change. The root cause approach views the body as an interconnected, intelligent system that's always striving for balance and healing. It sees health conditions as indications that certain aspects of our lifestyle or environment need attention. One approach leads to dependency on external interventions. The other leads to resilience, self-regulation, and true health sovereignty. And here's something crucial to understand. Your body wants to heal. Given the right conditions, it has remarkable capacity for self-repair and regeneration. Your job isn't to force healing, but to create the conditions where healing can naturally occur. So I want to leave you with a question to ponder. In which areas of your health might you be caught in the treatment trap? Where are you simply managing your symptoms without addressing the underlying contributing factors? This isn't about judgment, as we've all been there. It's about possibilities. It's about recognizing that for many chronic conditions, there may be a path leading toward genuine healing and vibrant well-being, as opposed to merely managing the decline. That path isn't always the easiest one, as it usually requires more effort, more investigation, more patience, and more personal responsibility. But it leads to a destination that the treatment approach rarely reaches: freedom from the condition itself, rather than just temporary relief from its symptoms. Remember, health isn't merely the absence of disease. It's a state of physical, mental, and emotional vitality that allows you to fully engage with life's possibilities. And that kind of health rarely comes from a bottle. As always, I encourage you to work with qualified healthcare practitioners when addressing serious health conditions, and never discontinue prescribed medications without medical supervision. The approach I'm advocating isn't about rejecting conventional medicine, but about integrating the best of all healing traditions with a focus on identifying and addressing root causes. If you need my assistance with any of this, I will leave a link in the description. I thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your company. I look forward to spending some time with you again. Bye for now.